All right, all right, all right. Hello, everybody. Hey, hey. How's things? Man. Yeah, we took a week off and had some changes happen here. I made some new intros and things. Checking. What is this? Okay, good enough. How's everybody doing tonight? I got quite a bit going on for this evening for y'all. I think we got a pretty good show lined up. And I think somebody told Ken Herron that or somebody told my computer to act like Ken Herron stuff, and about 4 minutes before I was going to start the intro timer, everything just went black and shut down, and I had to redo it all. And I had my guest there a minute ago, but now I lost him, so hopefully he's still there. Everything looks like he's still there. There he is. I see him. All right, everything's good. Everything's good. So let's get right into it and introduce my I'm looking over at my green room screen there, and man, I tell you what, Lloyd looks kind of like a sailor with one eye open and one eye closed. So without any other interruptions, say hello to Lloyd, everybody. You know who he is, the grumpy vlogger.
Hey.
Howdy, Lloyd. Boy, what was that one eye open, one eye, kind of, you looked half schnockered there for a minute.
Yeah.
If I didn't know better, I'd think maybe you is a drinking man.
It's the good stuff in the grumpy vlogger mode. Anytime I put anything in this great cup, it just turns better.
Ah, that's exactly right. Thank you very much, Chris. I do appreciate that. Keep up the good work. Hello, welcome to the show. So I'm gonna scroll to the top real quick.
Charlie Foxtrot there at the beginning of the show.
4 minutes before.
I thought I scared the guest off.
Well, he said he thought he scared you off because he said the same thing you said. Yeah, he quit talking. I don't know what happened.
I was just yapping away, and it's like, oh, well, okay.
Jody was first. Art, Drone Life RC, Joe, Frank Rizzo, welcome. Who else we got? JSK and Artco. You couldn't see it, didn't show up real good behind all that other stuff I had running, but I did set the cannons off for you, Art, for your $2 super sticker. Thank you very much. That was a little cool tip for my new intro stuff that I had going. By the way, what'd you think of that, Lloyd? What'd you think of the?
I liked it.
The overlays with the chat and the video running over that.
Yes.
With the opacity set back, and Chris Hope and Joe Blaylock.
Yep.
Yeah. That took a lot to get set up and get working just right. Man, I tell you what.
My voice is kind of froggy tonight because, I've been.
Is there a joke coming, or
practicing.
Are you really kind of hoarse?
No, it's a little hoarse. Well, Art and I talked probably for an hour after his show, and of course, I have been using my voice a lot this week, trying to come up with new character voices for all of my
for your
new character. I got another one.
Partners. For all your partners.
Yeah, I've got another one in today and another one coming tomorrow. So
I mean, I don't want to call them dummies because people might think I'm talking about you.
They're foam Americans.
Faux Americans?
Foam Americans.
Foam Americans.
Or felt Americans.
Or felt.
Unless they're the
I'm American. I've never been felt.
Yeah, well, unless they're the ones, made out of wood, and then those are wooden Americans.
Wooden Americans?
Sort of like our president.
Yeah. Okay, your chat not updating on the phone. Hello, Joe. Too bad your chat's not updating on your phone. Why are you trying to watch this on your phone? You know they do make computers for that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, well, he might have to do a refresh.
Yeah, he may have.
Disconnect and reconnect again.
Yep. So you got to visit with our surprise guest for the evening a little bit before the
Yes.
show, before my computer said bye-bye. But
Yeah, before it crapped itself. We were having a good conversation until I realized, okay, did I say something offensive? Which I often do. But I thought we were doing pretty good, and then also it's like, are you
just
there?
just
Hello?
my instinct to his personality, I don't think you could offend him.
No, we'd been talking pretty good, and I was going into some explanations about what it's like here in Oklahoma and with my son and stuff and all that stuff. And I thought, okay, I did it again. I just ran off at the mouth and ran the guest off before he even got on
Let
the
me
show.
show you something else you might not notice there. I went and got a haircut. Well, actually, I got them all cut, but yeah.
Well, if you notice,
Yours is
I've
kind of
trimmed
cleaned up
down
a
the-
little bit. Yeah,
yeah, cleaned up the bush a little bit.
yeah.
Actually combed my hair for the show and
Then
still
you put
hid
a
it
hat
under.
on.
I got to get a haircut.
I went today and
Yeah.
got one. I couldn't stand it anymore. It's just too damn hot. My
Mine's
hair was
getting
way
there.
too long, way longer than I really wanted it to be anyway. But
I want to thank you for letting me have last week off. We had a fantastic weekend with the family.
yeah,
It
you
was our
had
40th anniversary.
yeah. You had
And
that and 4th of July holiday and everything all rolled into one.
right, yeah. So Judy I got her a new diamond ring, really, really nice one. And for our 40th, because I bought her one for her 20th, and I had to up my game a little.
Yeah,
But,
you know, that's the
20,
thing. You know,
40.
once you make a plate,
She
next
says-
time you always got to step up.
Yeah, well, she says, okay, we doubled it. So you got me one for a 20th. Now you got me one for my 40th. She says, do I got to wait till my 80th till I get the next one? I said, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, our 80th anniversary, she'll get it. I'll double that one, you know. It's like, but so she got a diamond ring. I got a dummy. Actually, I got several. But that's what I wanted.
Alrighty then.
You
Hey,
know. I wanted somebody who was like-minded to keep me company when she's sleeping.
are we back? I think I am, but I don't think Lloyd is. Yeah, damn Russian hackers again. Let's see what's going on. I got text here. Lloyd's back. Okay.
Yep,
And,
there we go.
Our guest is
What
back.
happened?
I don't know. It just started buffering and everybody quit.
Yeah, it
including
was
me. So
friggin' Russians.
got to be it. I tell you what. You know what?
Yeah,
we
well,
better
it froze
do?
up while I was talking to you. So I'll quit talking because that seems to be killing it.
Well, that's when it happened. Is when you froze up. That's you know. Yeah, Lloyd's not frozen anymore. Lloyd's just what he is. And you know what? Let's just hey, you know, I got a good guest in for tonight, you guys.
Let's get him in. Yeah.
This guy, his name is Michael, and he works in we'll say public service, public safety, he's in the public eye a little bit, so he doesn't really want
Yes,
to say
he's a
where
public
he
servant.
works, but he is in charge of his UAS group, I guess I'll call him. I don't want to call him a battalion or a squadron, but he's got several guys that he deals with drones, so they probably do have a squadron of drones, I guess. Everybody meet Michael. Hello, Michael. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, Mel. Thanks for having me here.
Well, I'm glad you were able to have the time to make it. Did you get your dinner done just in time?
I did. I ran it right down to the minute until we lost that link, and I got logged back in, so we are good to go.
All right. So, why don't you tell all my viewers, all looks like 10 of them at the moment, unless I got to refresh something again. Man, this is really a crappy show tonight.
It is annoying.
It is. Had a lot more people here earlier, but they probably left when it dropped out. Because right now I'm only showing 5 active, and Lloyd and I are 2 of them. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm sending out notices to Twitter and stuff and
Man.
doing all that.
Oh, well, maybe they'll come back. I know Art's still there. Anyway, Michael, go ahead and let's talk about what you do, and we'll show some of your video work.
So Mel, again, thanks for having me on. Lloyd, no, it was nothing personal. I didn't stop talking to you this link earlier, so I was having a good conversation. So it had nothing to do with you. I thought maybe you died off. I think we both died off. So it's all good. Good conversation there. So let me go back. I just want to go back a couple weeks, Mel, first, and let everyone know how we met.
Yeah,
I'm in I'm in
yeah.
public safety. I started doing the UAS work back in 2016, and I think like everyone else got bit by the bug. I was doing it with my regular job, and found that I really liked it, and kind of went off on my own, doing my own side business with it, doing aerial photography and videography.
Right.
So I started focusing on a lot of stuff with real estate. Working with some realtors, doing some work like that. I did a lot of free work. I went out and offered a lot of services to a lot of people. Not so much the real estate field, but doing some weddings, doing some projects, and just trying to get my name out there and everything.
Right.
That started off in 2017, and then surprisingly enough, it was things were picking up in 2019, 2020. Things were looking good. And I had never thought that COVID-19 would affect aerial photography, but it did, because soon after the vaccine came out, and I'm not going to get into COVID-19 and politics and anything like that, but it just seemed like 2021 was a complete turnaround, and my phone started ringing off the hook.
That's awesome.
So,
I wish mine would have.
Well, you're a big help, and that's where I'm going to with this. So I do, again, I was focusing on a lot of real estate photography, working with some local realtors, and I've actually done some work with real estate companies across the country that manage or work on commercial real estate here in my area, and they've contacted me to do some work. But what I'm really focusing on now is commercial construction progression.
Right.
Construction sites and doing weekly progression shots.
Right.
I have a couple contracts doing those, and they're working out really good, which leads me into how I got hooked up with Mel. Is
this is a great story.
I guess it was about 3 weeks ago. I was doing a commercial. I was contracted out by a client, and I'm not going to release their name yet, and I can't release the video yet because I want to get permission. I'm hoping I can put it on my social media here pretty soon. But they were doing an implosion of a smokestack at a power plant, and the request from the client was to do a live feed, because they had administrators in Chicago, and after it was all said and done, I found out that there were some in Japan that were actually watching the live stream as well.
Yep, there was people across the pond that wanted to be able to
Yep.
take part in it, wasn't there? So this went all the way back, Lloyd. Excuse me, Mike. This went all the way back to that video that I did about how to live stream with a smart controller.
Yeah.
Well, Mike started doing some research, and he found that video, and he emailed me. He says, "Man, I've done everything you said, and it don't work. What am I doing wrong?" I said, "Well, it ain't you.
I remember you mentioning
It's
that
DJI,
you had somebody who was in contact with it.
and all their updates."
So I've heard about you, sort of, but
and
didn't know all the connections. So, but I know not everybody else has.
Now this is, I think, Tuesday night, and Tuesday, go away, cat. Tuesday night, and you got to do this shoot on Thursday morning, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir. You're absolutely right. Yep.
Yeah, so he didn't have a lot of time to get stuff working. In fact, it come right down to the wire. But I gave Mike the information he needed and told him what he had to go buy and told him how to do it. And I said, if all this works and you do this, you might make it. So go for it, Mike.
So it worked out good. Yeah. Obviously, I'm probably speaking. I know I'm speaking for myself, but I don't think I have any disagreement from the YouTube world out there. That YouTube is a wealth of information. When I'm looking to figure something out, I usually go to YouTube because there's usually a good couple videos on what you're trying to do. I fly the Mavic 2 Pro and the Mavic 2 Zoom. I have two aircraft that I fly with a smart controller for both. And I never had a live stream request be made. So I know I could do it. Started fiddling around with it. I knew I could do the Facebook live feed, but the problem was that some of the clients that were going to be watching this didn't have Facebook. The other option was that we could do a Zoom or a Microsoft Team meeting, and I could share my screen during the Facebook and go that route. And that was a backup plan. That was like the last ditch effort I was going to have.
And not only did not everybody not have Facebook, but they were concerned about the security of Facebook because you can't control who views it, right?
Correct. It would be open.
Yeah. They wanted
the only challenge on that, Mel, is if they would do like a Microsoft Team meeting or a Zoom meeting, you can control who's in that meeting and who's seeing my screen, but you're still not controlling who's seeing it in Facebook.
The Facebook world, right.
Yeah. So the option I was really looking at was the YouTube feed, and many hours of sitting there scratching my head, figuring out what I got to do. In fact, I did a ticket to DJI. I got a response from them rather quickly, and after talking to Mel, I found out the reason why I got the response back that I did. But and I'm not trying to badmouth DJI. They responded back to me. It just seems like it seems like there's a conflict between DJI and YouTube and Google and all that going on. So I was on the phone with Mel for about an hour. Again, I was scratching my head. I got to the point. I did a reset of my smart controller, which was a good thing, but it was a bad thing because the one contract I'm working on, I fly through waypoints for them every week, and I lost all my data from the waypoints on it.
Right.
Fortunately enough, that job has been going pretty good, and the progression's gotten better. I reached out to them, explained to them what happened, and they said they were good with that they were actually looking to change some of the photos up, so I was able to get them better photos at different altitudes and whatnot, and it was a win-win for everybody.
So it's all going to change anyway. Yeah, good deal.
Yeah, but be careful if you're going to do smart controller resets because you will lose your waypoints. I didn't think I was going to lose my waypoints, but I lost my waypoints. So,
yeah.
So I guess I spent 45 minutes to an hour on the phone with Mel. Mel, you are a wealth of information because Amazon Prime. I love Amazon Prime. I live by it, but Amazon Prime was not quick enough for this client and this time frame I was in. So Mel spoke to me.
You had minutes in the world of a clock. Yeah, you had minutes to deal with this.
I did. And after speaking to Mel recommended what for me to go out and get. Went to a local Best Buy. I was able to get this Camlink 4K drive that plugs into my laptop, and I could plug the smart controller into it. I bought this, took it back, hooked everything up, and I had a live feed. And I was rather impressed. And the latency on it was only about 1 to 2 seconds latency on it. I was actually pretty impressed. So after I figured out that was going to work, reached out to the client, went out and met with them. We did a live test with them out there on site. They had they had a Wi-Fi system I could set up. I could have made a hotspot off my cell phone, but they were providing a hotspot, or they were providing a Wi-Fi. They were great clients to work for, and excuse me, tested it. Everything worked good, and that was about 4 o'clock local time, and I had to be back out there at 6 a.m. the next morning for the real deal. And got back out there at 6 a.m., set up, and did a live feed. Didn't have any idea. I knew people were in Chicago and New York were watching it. I had no idea that partners in Japan were watching it until after the fact. But did a live feed, and it worked out great. And again, Mel, I owe you a huge thanks for everything you provided.
You owe me nothing, man. All we did was share information like what we do. That's what we like to do, help each other out.
Well, it was great information to be shared with, and I now have another tool in my toolbox that I might use it once or twice, or it might be obsolete the next time I use it. I don't know, but I know which way to go, and I know also who to reach out to and bounce something off of. So,
well,
again, thank you for everything you provided me.
I need to make more videos about that kind of stuff too. I've got several videos that I need to make. I've just been so busy doing other video stuff, and I did a client job a couple weeks before the 4th of July. Tried to deliver right before the weekend, and he said, "No, we're out of town, man, till next week." And so then next week came, and he's like, "Yeah, let's wait till next week." It's like, dude, I don't want to wait till next week. I want my money. I did the job, you know. Let me give you your video. But
yeah.
So then he explained to me that what he really, when I told him what I had, he said, "You know, that really doesn't do me a lot of good. I can put those on my YouTube channel, but I don't get much from my YouTube channel." He says, "Where I get my most bang for my buck is on Facebook." I said, "Okay." He says, "So I need, 5 or 6 little 15-second, 20-second clips that I can load up on Facebook that people will actually watch the whole thing." And I said, "Okay." So I went back through 2.5 hours of video from the Mavic 2 Pro in 4K. So you know how much video that was. It was several gigabytes, several hundred gigabytes if I remember right. But it was nuts, because in order to he wanted audio with the video. Okay. Now, this is a tree cutting company, all right? So, how do you get a drone that doesn't record video, or I mean audio, to have chainsaw sound that matches the video on drone footage?
Called sound effects. You just put it in there wherever you feel like it must be lag.
Actually, I was
YouTube audio.
A little luckier than that. I was able to, because I did record the whole day with the Osmo action cameras as well. So I was able to use the audio from the Osmo action cameras and then feed that to the timeline and match it up with the chainsaw work of the tree work. So I'm going to play that real quick, just real quick. Yeah, screen record if you're close enough, but then you pick up all the other noise too. So you guys, let me play this, and then I'll bring you guys back. You can tell me what you think. That's the actual audio from the Osmo Action clip on the right. And then I, excuse me, had to synchronize the other stuff from the drone footage with it. That 15-second clip probably took me almost an hour to make.
That's pretty good thinking the way you did it, though.
And he said, just give me 4 or 5 of those, and, you know, letter them A, B, C, D. I said, okay. So I used the alphabet. Each clip like that, there's actually 4. There's the aerial footage with the sound of the chainsaw. Then there's the aerial footage with the chainsaw audio, obviously, with his logo in the lower right corner. Then there's the split screen like this, and then there's another same video split screen with his logo in the lower right corner. So he's actually getting 4. So for video number A, he got A, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I ran out of footage to make these clips with at letter Q in the alphabet. So he's getting A through Q on his.
Well, that's a good example. I mean, because we've all talked about video taking and how much it's like. Think about Ron Lockwood. I wonder how many terabytes of crap he throws away to get those 5 to 7 minute videos he puts up on his vacations.
Right.
You know, I think he lives, eats, breathes, and sleeps with that camera.
I have no doubt. That guy is, you know.
So, yeah, it requires... This is why I'm glad I'm a vlogger and not a drone guy, you know, because it's just too much effort, you know. I get to talk.
You're going
every
back
so
to
often
not,
I'll throw
not
up
being
a
a drone
drone in
guy
the air
again, huh?
and put it... Yeah. It's too much work being a droner. I'm lazy.
I beg to differ. It's fun.
Well, I do have drones. I just,
Okay.
you know, I don't. I used to do it, and it's like, actually, I like doing live shows more than anything because, well, I like to hear myself talk. So.
I never thought I'd get into what I
Yeah,
got
I do.
into.
I
It was
do
something-
have. I do have drones. I actually. This is my newest one, and unfortunately, it's still a virgin.
Oh, why?
Custom built, huh?
That's an
Yeah,
FPV
it's
clock.
it's a.
Why?
That's
Yeah.
That's a
Why haven't you flown it?
FPV put out by Rotor Riot. They built it for me, so, and I haven't flown it yet because either it's been too friggin' hot here in Oklahoma, or it's been flipping raining.
Ah,
So, like yesterday.
Okay.
Did you lose power yesterday, Mel?
Last night we had several flickers. My UPS kicked into gear and saved my PC because I had the computer running at the time of the power outages. But we just had, moments where the lights would blink and flicker and then come back on. Just enough to screw things up,
Oh, we had a flicker too.
Reset the microwave
Lights.
clock, right?
Yeah,
Actually,
exactly.
it was so quick
Yeah,
it
we
didn't
had a
even mess
flicker
up the
last night.
microwave clock. That's how quick it was.
Oh,
Yep.
that must be nice.
Yeah.
Ours flickered off, flickered back on, and flickered off. Stayed off for 9 hours.
Oh my goodness. So you lost power for the whole evening then?
Started at about 7 o'clock, and well, it was still off at 5 o'clock this morning when I finally, when my battery ran down on my iPad, my phone. I've watched, we watched whatever we couldn't watch TV. And Judy says, well, can't you just go in the kitchen and charge it? I said, we're all electric, dear. What the hell am I going to charge it on? She goes, oh.
So,
Yeah.
not only does Michael do other work, and let's see, I need to do real quick, like, if I can get this out there, just real quick. Everybody stand by. Short station break, everybody. It's time for those shameless plugs. DJI or anybody else that might be listening that thinks that they want to email me or contact me, 400agluploads@gmail.com. If you think you need to send me something, you need to do it right there. P.O. Box 12, Holiday, Tennessee, 38341. That's the place to do it at. That's right. And like I said, DJI, I know you watch me once in a while, and you need to be, you need to step up the game. Anyway, we'll get that over with. That's all I'm going to do for right now. Battery backup for one of your drones, Lloyd. Yeah, that's right. Lloyd, that's a good thought. You had any batteries that had some charge in them? All you got to do is plug a USB cable in.
Yeah, and I didn't even think about that until this morning.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, Michael does, like he said, commercial drone work as well. And so let's go have a look at some of the stuff that he does. What do you think for photography? You want to do that, Lloyd?
Absolutely.
Do it.
I want to see his work.
Mike, you can kind of tell us what we got going on here. I'll just let you narrate these. As soon as I turn your mic back on. There we go.
All right, so Mel and Lloyd, this is, or everyone out there, this is a minor league baseball stadium that's being built in the region that I live in. And I was not paid for this. I did this kind of as a freelance thing. Like I said,
Can't
Mike,
hear
did I
anybody.
lose you?
Oh, there we
No?
go.
Okay.
I'm here now. Now I can hear you.
Yeah, I just I should have.
He had the volume a little high on the video,
Yeah,
so
I
I hear what he was
should have
saying.
completely killed it.
Yeah, I didn't know if you heard what I said. I was kind of, before you started playing the video, I was talking about it. Did I come across it all?
A little bit, but the music was really loud, and I should have turned it off.
So-
I shouldn't even let it play.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a minor league baseball team in the area that they in 2019 started building that stadium, and they actually just opened up this year because COVID kind of put a delay in it. But that video is from 2020, April of 2020, when they were laying down the turf. They did not pay me for any of that work. I went out there. There were some other guys going out there doing some drone stuff, but as I said earlier, I do a lot of stuff just to promote my business and get myself going and get try to use some footage I can to show what I'm capable of doing. And that was a minor league baseball stadium being built. I sent you or I believe the other one's a longer video. It's about 3.5 minutes. And that's pretty much the complete video from where it was woods till pretty much a couple weeks out from opening day.
Okay.
There's one area that they hadn't finished up until about they finished it about a month or two ago, right by the front entrance. But a lot of the work I do is commercial for real estate and everything. I found, and for anyone that does real estate aerial photography, you'll find that the real estate photographers, the ones that actually go into houses and do photography work, have gotten their 107, hopefully, and purchase their own aircraft and do their own aerial work. I do have quite a few realtors I work for that when they don't have a regular real estate photographer doing the work, they'll contact me to film some properties, vacant properties, or other projects that they don't need an inside done on. But that's why I found out the construction progression photos are really a bang for the buck. I've had some realtors ask me, "Hey, why don't you get into real estate photography, and we'll have you do everything for us?" That's not what I want to do. Like Lloyd said earlier, he's into the vlogging, right? I'm into aerial photography, and it's pretty much where I'm focused in. And I provide a lot of raw footage, but then I do some post production work. And what's on my YouTube channel and Facebook and Instagram is some of the stuff I play around with some post production with some music and sounds and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and play that second video, and this time I'll turn the sound down. I'll probably get a copyright strike on that last one, so anyway, it'll be all right.
Hey, well, this second video, the artist that the music you're playing for, he's a local artist. I give him credits at the end. He's giving me full rights to it, so there's no copyright problem on this one. So,
Well, is he sold any of his music? Does any publisher?
He's a local artist, but I have permission to use his music in my videos. He's giving me these clips to use.
And that's absolutely awesome, except he hasn't given me permission to broadcast them. And that's where the hit comes in the get along.
Now I'm tracking
where we get
him
in
out.
trouble.
Yeah.
We've
Believe it
run
or not,
into this before.
Lloyd had a version of Taps. Okay?
Right.
That he had every right to play as much as he wants, anywhere he wants. He played it on my live stream, and I got a copyright claim for it because I didn't have the rights to it. Yeah,
and it was Taps.
They're pricks, and it was Taps wasn't it Memorial Day or was it? When was it?
Yeah, I think it was Memorial Day or
it
something.
For Rick's funeral or something. Anyway.
No, it was long before that. It was last year,
that?
But. We finally found a copy of it on YouTube Library. They finally put it up there. So.
Yeah, I finally got a copy of it.
I do a lot of sound effect stuff, but I'm very careful on this show now because even though I'm licensed to use these sound effects, doesn't mean that Mel is. We've run into it. Of course, we co-host with. I'm not monetized. I'm retired. I don't have nothing better to do. I don't need. And besides, by not being monetized, I can do and say what I want.
He doesn't care. He can play any song he wants to play, and nobody can really say anything about it.
Exactly.
But anyway, let's have a look at that second clip, y'all.
Absolutely.
Now, this is that same piece of land, right, Mike? Except this is before they cleared the trees.
Yeah, you'll see... I'm glad you muted the music out then. So you'll see on that top part, there's a building right there. And then you'll start seeing now pretty much where you're looking at is from where that building's at, looking back now that they started doing the construction on it. And they added that ball field in there. And it's pretty neat how they did it with building the seating area and get all the equipment in there.
Now, how often did you go out and shoot a photo of this job site? Once a week?
I was going out every week or two.
Yeah.
About every week or two. There was times that the weather wouldn't allow me or play nice, or that the construction got delayed. But you can see how it's progressing right there. They're putting down everything. There is AstroTurf. Even the warning track is AstroTurf. Believe it or not, the only thing that's not turf is the infield and the mounds and the home plate.
Oh wow!
Everything in the infield is clay, but what looks like dirt in the back, you'll see when it gets to the AstroTurf part. The warning track is even AstroTurf. So everything along the perimeter, along the foul lines, that's all AstroTurf right there. But yeah, it's I go out every week or every couple of weeks and just get some photos, and I'd go out just to get some flying time and put it together, and this is what I came up with. So I've been there for a couple ball games. It's a nice little stadium, and it's inexpensive to go to, and right there they're putting down the AstroTurf, and they're putting these I guess it's like almost like little pellets they put in there to fill it in and make it sturdy.
Yeah, they
I'm
put
not
some
familiar
stuff
about
in
the,
that.
the turf industry.
Yeah, they put some stuff in there.
Yeah, I happen
They
to
even
get
put sand and stuff in it too.
I happened to get there on the day they were doing that. And I was kind of fortunate, it's just the way it rolled out that I was doing it. But here you're starting to see the finished product. This is probably, I think this was like around April or May of this year. This is right before opening day. I think this was.
April, May this year. So this is like,
No, yeah,
or is
this
this
was open. This opened up this opened up this year.
okay?
Um, like I said, that first video you saw was from April of 2020, and because of delays, Mel, this might have been like September, October of last year because the crane's still there. So check that. I'm not sure what the date on this video is,
Okay.
but I didn't do this video up until about a couple months ago. I finally put everything together and started working on it. But this is like 2 years of construction here. So yeah, the crane's still there, and the crane's been gone for probably, I say 9 or 10 months here.
Yeah,
So
this video's
it's
dated
amazing how they,
January of 21.
yeah. So exactly, and this is the part I was talking about where these baseball bats are at. They actually just finished that area, probably about 2 months ago. They just finished that area. So
Oh,
yeah, so
okay.
I did. If the video's dated January, I did it, over a 2 year time frame and finished it up in January, and they still had a little bit left to go. So
Cool. All right. So that's the band that gave you the music for this one?
yes, sir.
Nice.
And that's pretty much
Awesome.
the finished product right there.
Yeah, it looks real good. Looks real good.
That
And did
that
you
is
shoot
an
that
awesome
with
video.
the
I
2
like
Pro or
that.
the 2 Zoom?
That was all with the 2 Pro right there.
Okay.
I actually picked up the two. I picked up the two. I used to fly a Mavic Pro. I had a funny story. Is I started off with, and I'm not trying to badmouth anyone, but I started over the Autel XSP back in 2017, which is a great little drone, great little camera, and everything. But once I got my hands on DJI products, I started flying more DJI products and kind of got bit by that. So I bought the Mavic Pro and started doing most of my work with the Mavic Pro. All the work on that was the Mavic 2 Pro.
Uh-huh.
I upgraded to the Mavic 2 Pro, sold my Mavic Pro, and then I recently bought the Mavic Zoom as well. And I use the Mavic Zoom. It's pretty much a backup aircraft for me.
Right.
But I was able to buy that. I got a pretty good deal on that used, and got a smart controller out of the deal. And I love that smart controller.
Have you had any other problems with the smart controller?
No, other than trying to do that live stream, no, knock wood. Hopefully, I don't fire it up this week for a job and have a problem with it. But no,
Yeah.
I love it, and I think I was talking to the phone the other day. I'm surprised that DJI hasn't come up with something new. I'm sure they probably are working on something new that will outdate the smart controller with something new. But I love it. It's a great piece of equipment.
Yeah, I'm sure that I'm sure they'll come up with something eventually, probably real soon. Um, I have no doubt that they've probably got it sitting on a shelf right now, just waiting to release it.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably the end of this year they'll probably come out with a second,
You think
which
they'll you
I
think they'll
guess
do it
is
at the end of
good,
this
but
year?
I don't know. I just gut instinct. But me, I don't predict any of this crap. And I don't listen to predictions. But I mean, that thing's getting, relatively speaking, starting to get a little long in the tooth. And with all the new stuff they've added to their new drones, I think it's time for them to step up their game on their smart controller. And I just Joe Blaylock says September, so I'm thinking between September and December. Just, and that's just a wild-haired guess,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what do I know? I'm not a drone guy.
Well, being you're the construction site commercial guy, Mike, I did a job site down in Athens, Alabama a couple of years ago. I'm going to play this, and I don't even know what the building was going to be. I think it was going to be a hospital type place, maybe a surgery center, by the way it was, and by what I was delivering there. I had x-ray equipment I was taking in, so it was going to be some sort of a medical clinic. But take a look at this and maybe critique it a little bit if you want to, real quick. I was trying to hurry because I had limited time. There was a thunderstorm headed right at me. And I am flying my Inspire 1 on this job at that time.
That's a neat aircraft. Too bad they stopped making the batteries on that.
Yeah, and you guys that know the Flying Eagle Hilton, there it is sitting parked right there. That was my semi-truck in the scene. Anyway, I think I actually came over and, yeah, I did. You guys might get a kick out of this. I brought the Inspire over and landed it on top of my trailer just because I could. But what I did was I just moved around the building and shot a bunch of still images is what I turned over to the client. But yeah, anyway, what's chat doing? Anything fancy? Hello, Grant. Welcome. Thanks, Joe. Anyway, we'll get rid of that. So what's your future looking like with maybe more live productions for your clients? Are you offering that as a service that you can say, hey, if you want to have a Zoom meeting, I can hook you up for an extra $100.
It's something I never thought I was going to be asked. I knew the smart controller was capable of doing it, and I definitely learned a lot in a very short period of time a couple weeks ago with what you can't do and what you can do, and how to get around some of the stuff that you can't do. I don't know if I'm going to advertise it or not. I mean, I don't think the demand is out there for a live feed right away, but I know that if someone asked me, I know how to do it now. Thanks to you again, Mel. I know what the options are. Maybe that hurdle with DJI and YouTube will get fixed eventually, but
doubtful. My understanding is that Google's illegal in China. It's outlawed because China's communist. But
yeah,
it is. DJI has a YouTube channel, and they post videos, and they do stuff on it all the time. So, one hand says Google's illegal in China, but DJI makes YouTube videos, so go figure. In other words, they don't care whether we can make them or not.
Yeah, that whole
they don't want anything from us going over to them.
Yeah.
The whole thing from the live feed requests and everything, that was kind of a last minute. I mean, the whole job was a last minute thing, and once I ironed out all the contracts and the logistics beyond everything, then they came back and says, hey, can we do a live feed? Are you capable of doing a live feed? I said, I'm pretty positive I can do it. Let me look into it. I'm pretty sure we could do it. And I kept on updating them on the options and everything. And, it was a great team of people to work with. And I was really impressed to find out that they were feeding it to Japan, and that the team over there was completely impressed with the video they were watching. Now, I know I told you on the phone the other.
after they asked you if you could do it, and you said, "Yeah, I think I can. Let me check into some things." Um, how ahead of that was of the flight date? Was it? Because I know
48
you.
hours.
Oh, so when you talked to me is about what your deadline, what your time frame was that you had to work with.
I talked to you about 12 hours after I started looking into it. I spent a lot of time researching it and again doing the reset on a smart controller and trying to do that live feed, watching a ton of YouTube videos. And, kudos to everyone out there that's got a YouTube video on doing a live feed. I watched quite a few of them. And you had that one video that I kept on going back to saying, this is the way I need to try to do it like this. Again, Mel, I probably looked at 6 to 12 different YouTube videos, and everyone had some good information to share. But the one I kept on coming back to, I'm like, this is the way I got to try it. I'm missing something here. You're like, hey, do this. And I'm like, I'm missing it. That's why I reached out to you.
Well,
but I had
at the
48
time,
hours for time.
on that update at that time, that was spot on. It was golden information, and a lot of other people, once I figured out how to, and I have to thank another creator for turning me on to the Google APK, but once I figured out that I could put that on the smart controller and then use that to connect to the YouTube servers and then log into YouTube through the Go4 app on the smart controller itself, then it was all super bueno. But then DJI updated the smart controller. Everything went.
Well, and then the other problem was I did. So I think I contacted you. I was probably 36 hours out by the time I reached out to you from flight time, and I learned a lot about. You have to request to go do a live feed on YouTube, and they have to authorize you. But then after talking to you, come and find out, what do I need? 100 or 1,000 followers? I'm a small guy. I might have 15 to 20 people right now. And I'm not.
Yeah. In fact, you know what I'm gonna do, and I've already got rid of it. Let me do this. History video channel.
Here's a question, Mel, while you're looking. Has anybody tried to stream, say, StreamYard first?
Yes,
and
I've
then
done that.
Because
I've done that. Yeah.
So you can do that.
You can do it. You can.
Yeah.
You can do it through StreamYards. Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody, I just put a link to Mike's
Michael,
channel in the chat. If y'all want to help him out, and
yeah, I'll definitely subscribe.
I don't normally do.
That's what I do.
Subscriber thing, but
on my channel, like when I'm coming back from Tulsa and I'm by myself, and I'll do I don't have I don't know, 730, 740, something like that, if that much.
Well, you can go live stream to
but
YouTube though, with your mobile device. All you need is 100 for that. You need 1,000 and 4,000 to get monetized.
No, you have to have 1,000 in order to live stream off of a mobile device.
No, you need 100, I think. You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to monetize.
That's true, Mel. But they changed those rules here when they were having when that guy committed suicide live on.
That's when they changed it to 100.
And they changed it.
Yeah.
No, it's 1,000.
To go live from a mobile device.
To go live from a mobile device.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what the problem has been. That's why everybody tried the workarounds.
And that was my challenge, So you do the request to YouTube to do a live feed, and they make you wait 24 hours, and then to come and find out after speaking to Mel and doing more research on it, I wasn't eligible to do it anyway. So whether I had another 24 or 48 hours on top of what I had, it wouldn't have made a difference because I didn't have the followers for it.
But you can do it. now.
Through the RPK.
No, no. You plug in your toy that I told you to go buy, and pick up that video feed to your computer and open your computer to YouTube and go live from your computer. All
Right.
you need is internet for it.
All right.
See, that restriction is only for mobile devices. It's not for
Gotcha. Okay.
computers.
It's not for
So
a laptop with a Wi-Fi.
Right.
a laptop with Wi-Fi, that's fine.
Yep.
But if you're doing it off of any mobile device, in other words, straight from the controller, from the phone, from your iPad or your tablet, whatever you're using, you have to have 1,000 subscribers. And they did that because a couple years ago, some nutcase went in and killed a bunch of people and himself and filmed it live. And he did it on Facebook Live.
That was done on Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, it was done on Facebook. But what they did was YouTube just went proactive on it. And but Michael Blade says you can use Prism Live. You know, there's a lot of workarounds. Do it. It's just but it's like you said. There's hundreds of videos out there, and you might have to glean a part off of each one. There's no definitive answer to. It's like with this thing. Like you said, you kept going back to Mel's video. Well, I was trying to get this thing to bind with my controller, and then I got that done. Then I was trying to get it to, I couldn't get it to arm, or turn on the motors. And there was one video that it wasn't but a minute and a half long at that much. Just go in and do this. That was it. If you have this problem, do this. I went in and did it, but I'd forgot where I'd seen it because I'd gone through hours and hours of videos trying to find that answer. Like, what was it? Oh, yeah. And I found it. Boom. That was after I contacted the company, and they called me, and we talked about it, but there was one part I forgot to ask. That was the one part, and that was the one video that had that one information, just like with Mel's. He had what you needed, or the general idea, and it's going in the right direction for what you needed. So, yeah. It's
now it worked out great, and I'll probably start playing around with doing some more live feeds just to get used to it. I can plug that right into my laptop and give it a hotspot and hopefully do a live feed that way and start toying around with it a little bit. But
you absolutely
getting back to that original question you asked, am I going to advertise that I do live feeds? I'm not sure if I'm going to advertise it. I mean, I can always plug it in if someone's looking to do something corporate. And I'm sure this client that I have is probably going to want to do more because I'll be working for them for several months now. After the implosion, we're going to be doing some construction progression. So I'm sure they're going to want to do some more stuff with the live feeds with the partners around the world. Yeah. So, but
at some point, will you be able to show that implosion, or do you have it on your site? I didn't look.
So I don't, Lloyd. I spoke to Mel about this. I need to get with the client and get permission, even though I technically own the rights to it. I think it's right in my end with the client relationship to ask for permission to use it. I plan on speaking to them this week about it, and I will most likely, if they give me the thumbs up on it, I'm going to throw it on my YouTube, my Instagram, and my Facebook, and I'll shoot Mel a text message and let him know it's up.
Yeah, so, well, that
don't
would
know how many subscribers you had, but you got 21 now.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for it.
You had 14, so I appreciate all you guys doing that, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
I'll
I appreciate it.
On my show tomorrow.
And Lloyd, once I get yours, I want to start following you as well. I know I'm following Mel now, so I want to follow you too.
So, I feel like a dummy here, Lloyd.
I've been the grumpy vlogger.
The grumpy vlogger? You got it.
Yep, just like the hat says.
I watch a vlogger in Oklahoma.
Shameless plug.
Mike, in the In the description stuff on this video is a link to Lloyd's channel, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. Yeah. If you watch this,
once I get out of it,
you'll see a. And if you got the chat
Absolutely.
open, I can put it there too.
So I was looking at the chat, Lloyd, and I have the chat open, but mine's a complete blank box, so I'm not sure what happened here. I saw earlier that
Probably
I saw some, but I have a complete blank box here. I don't know. I could type something, but I can't see anything.
Oh, okay.
You may have to refresh it if you're looking at the YouTube.
You may have to refresh it. Yeah.
At the YouTube feed, you have to. If you got two screens, open YouTube on the other one and do it that way. Otherwise, you'll have to kind of cheat and make things fit.
Yeah, I still don't have anything here, unless. It's all right. I'll go back to it and check it out later.
Yeah.
Third Eye View. Mel put the link to Michael's channel. It's, I don't know, about 5 lines above what you put.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Now, Lloyd, tell me something. When you change YouTube accounts on your mobile device, how do you get back to your original one?
I don't know. I can't. I've slept since I last did that.
Oh my God, I can't figure this out. Now I got it all screwed up. I used to have it the way I like it, and now I've messed with it, and you know.
I don't remember because I always use the Grumpy Vlogger on my phone because that's usually what I take with me.
Print that out. Print that? What is that, Jody? I'll have to figure that out later because now I got it all screwed up. Let me click on that link and I will move that window.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, Mel, you got to check that out. That's
that's
a big
Jody.
3D print.
No, that's God. I'd have to print 8 inches of that fuselage in 4 different sections standing upright, and then glue all 4 pieces together to get one cylinder. And then I'd have to do how many of those to get that whole fuselage? Not to mention the wing. Yeah, it's pretty cool, but no, that's not for me.
Yeah, it's definitely.
But thanks anyway.
Definitely a big print. Yeah, Michael, we have a plethora of people in this. Because I know when we were talking, or you were talking to Mel just as I was coming in before the show. A lot of FPV guys, a lot of camera drone guys like yourself, guys like me. I'm an unofficial member of the droners, but a lot of 3D printing guys that follow us.
Yeah, I do 3D printing and laser engraving and cutting and
laser engraving. Yeah, we got some laser. And me, I'm ADHD, so I'm into everything. That's why I just am a vlogger. So, because I've got 8 guitars, 9 guitars when I count my cigar box guitar. Plus, I'm into ventriloquism this week. Next week, who knows what the hell I'll be into?
Never a dull moment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
All right, guys. Well,
I was going nuts and hearing voices, so I thought I'd be a ventriloquist, so I'd at least explain them.
We've gone over our hour, Lloyd. What do you think?
Yes, we have.
Michael, thanks for being a guest on the show. I do appreciate you coming on and talking about what you do and how you do it a little bit. Come back when you can't stay so long, would you?
Absolutely, Bill. Hey, I appreciate the invite. Again, I know I've told you this probably a dozen times over the last couple of weeks, but thank you for all the information you gave me. And it's nice meeting you. I'll start following you as well. I want to thank everyone out there.
Good to meet you.
Taking
Yes.
the time to listen to my story. And once I get the permission to put that implosion up, I will update you, Mel, and let you know. And I'll probably YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook as well.
Yeah,
So,
we got to get you back on, and we got to get that video here before you post it anywhere else.
all right, I'll let you know when I'm
I
authorized.
want the exclusive release on that.
You want the exclusive? Sounds
That's
good,
right.
brother. I appreciate it.
All right.
All right, you guys stay cool, hydrate, and stay safe out there. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Michael.
All
Have a
right.
good night.
And you stay safe, too.
Right.
Stay safe in your day job,
Thank
buddy.
you. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Take
Bye.
care.
Yeah.
What do you think, Lloyd?
Excellent guest. Excellent guest.
Yeah, I think he's a good guy.
It was enjoyable. I need to go take care of Judy.
Well,
She's up wandering, and I think she's needing some help.
We're just going to get
So-
out of here, so I'll see you tomorrow night.
Okay. See you guys tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Central. All right?
Bye-bye for
Hit
now.
you later, Mel.
See you.
All right. Bye-bye,
Good night,
everyone.
everybody. You could have been anywhere, and I know that, and you chose to be here, and I really do appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow night over at Lloyd's place, and next week, of course, God willing, and the creek don't rise. Oh, by the way, what'd you guys think of my new intro and what you're going to see from my new outro? You like the video playing over the chat on the screen? What do you think? Put some comments in there. Tell me what you think about that.